White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is in Tokyo for talks with his counterparts from Japan, South Korea and the Philippines. Now, he will also participate in a trilateral meeting of the Japanese, Philippine and US National Security Advisors, the first of its kind. And Mr. Sullivan has met with the national security advisors from Japan and South Korea, where they discussed North Korea's illicit nuclear and missile programs. Talks had focused on Pyongyang's recent provocations, with another one just today. The officials are trying to identify the next possible steps to strengthen coordination. The trio had gone through opportunities for cooperation in the East and South China Seas, emphasizing the importance of maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. The meetings follow law enforcement drills conducted earlier this month by the US, Japanese and Philippine Coast Guard ships in waters near the disputed South China Sea. Mr. Sullivan's Japan visit, well, it also comes ahead of the US State Secretary Antony Blinken's trip to China that's expected at the end of this week. For more, Kate Fisher joins us live. She's in Washington, D.C. Kate, what do we know about these meetings so far?
Well, the White House has been fairly scant on its details, but lauding the fact that this is the first trilateral meeting of national security advisors, and saying, as you say, that North Korea was a big part of discussions and its illicit nuclear testing, as well as the problems of coordination in the East and South China Seas, ensuring that peace and stability on the Taiwan Strait. Economic security cooperation, also an important part of these talks, and especially for Japan and South Korea, the ironclad, the reiteration of the ironclad commitment of the US to defend those countries in the face of any aggression from China or indeed anybody else. But these meetings weren't even really on the radar of journalists until Tuesday, when President Biden made referred to this meeting at an event at the White House. We then got confirmation on it, but it's all part of preparation for this trip that the Secretary of State will be making, we believe, leaving here on Friday.
Part of that preparation, Kate, but how will it actually play into the lead up to that, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really important for the US to kind of get its ducks in a row, if you like. It wants to ensure that it has got everything discussed, sorted out. It knows what it's got to take into those meetings in China, what the Secretary of State can say, what he knows, the support that he knows that he has, how strong the alliances are with these other countries in the region. It will bolster his position when he goes into these talks with Chinese officials. It will make his negotiating position much stronger if he knows that Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor, has made these very recent discussions and commitments from those allies. And not just these most recent meetings, but before this, Jake Sullivan was in India for meetings as well, ahead of Indian Prime Minister Modi coming to the US, but also ahead of this meeting of Secretary Blinken in China, because India, again, another important ally in the region, and the US making sure that it has this strong network of allies as it goes into these talks with the Chinese.
All right, Kate, thank you very much for that. Kate Fisher there reporting for us live from Washington, D.C.